All right, let's go. All right. Hello, everyone, or all four of you. And welcome back to the Reddit Rainbow. The Reddit Rainbow. I will judge everything. And I don't remember the rest of it. That was a long time ago that I made up some words for that. We always do Slappa's choice first. So I'm going to go ahead and read this story as an icebreaker. Keiki is being really rude to me right now. She wanted to fight. So now she has it. Girl, go away. Anyway, so Slappa says he wants us to read this fart story that someone sent in my Discord channel. So let's start with Slappa's choice. Am I the asshole for farting in front of my daughter's boyfriend? Um, all right. Am I the asshole for farting in front of my daughter's boyfriend? This is Slappa's choice. The title is horrible, okay, because I don't know how to phrase it. Throw away and fake names because this is humiliating. I, 54 female, promised that I did not believe my daughter Jamie, 25 female, when she told me 2 months ago that her new boyfriend, Kyle, it's always a fucking Kyle, isn't it, had a thing for women farting. What? Okay. I'm not going to kink shame, okay? But I sure was for a second there. Especially blonde, middle-aged women farting. Jamie and I were drinking wine and she was giggling when she said it. I honestly thought it was a weird joke. Last Sunday, me and my husband Daniel, 55 male, were to meet Kyle for the first time. Apparently, it was a mistake to eat some cruciferous vegetables as part of my breakfast that morning. So, in the first 5 minutes of meeting Kyle, I accidentally farted loudly. It's the mom. The mom is reading. I was like, who farted? Was it mom or dad? Okay. It was embarrassing on its own. Okay. Jamie's face went from a smile to a frown instantly. Okay. I didn't understand why she was so mad at the time. Kyle looked so uncomfortable because I didn't understand at the time because Daniel never misses the opportunity to be funny. He poked fun at me. I know there are ladies who will understand the feeling of a man trying his best to not look at you, but he's failing. That's the feeling I started getting from Kyle. Also, his cheeks were red and he was sweating. Dis- Despite the strong AC, I accidentally farted again. I accidentally farted again, which led to Jamie dragging me into the kitchen. Mom, what the hell? I thought she was mad that I was embarrassing her, but she reminded me of what she told me 2 months ago. With the realization she was being serious before, I apologized and told her I honestly thought she was joking. And mom, why the hell would you think that was a joke? Are you shitting me? Not the farting and shitting. Okay, mom, why would you think I lied? Like, well, I can't. We argued back and forth until Daniel came into the kitchen. Jamie tried to act like she was happy in front of her father during the lunch. It was so uncomfortable as Kyle was struggling not to look at me, and I was struggling not to fart. Oh my life! What am I reading? Poor Daniel was just confused as he could sense the tension but didn't understand what was going on. And after Jamie and Kyle left, Daniel asked me what was wrong. And after laughing because he thought I was joking, He said I should apologize to Jamie, despite telling him I did already apologize. He said I should apologize again, and I should admit that I was wrong. But what wrong should I admit to? Yeah, like I'm wondering what the hell too. He didn't believe me right away when I told him about Kyle in a serious tone while sober. Why couldn't he see why I wouldn't believe the same news was Why couldn't he see why I wouldn't believe the same news from a laughing drunk known jokester? For obvious reasons, I don't want to go around asking anyone else if I did anything wrong. So Reddit, am I the asshole here? The comments are like, I hate the wall of text. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Anyway, this person says you're not the asshole for accidentally farting in front of your daughter's boyfriend. However, it might be worth acknowledging that the situation was awkward for everyone and offering a more sincere apology to your daughter for the discomfort it caused. What do y'all think about that? Her daughter won't accept the apology because she can't say what it's for. You mean the mom won't say it, or I gave her advice? Really? Stop eating kale and broccoli for breakfast. Oh, okay. I see. So Butt Stuff says her daughter won't accept the apology because she can't say what it's for. And neither the mom or the daughter can really speak on their feelings. Bro, you people are exhausting. I just read the most exhausting pregnancy story earlier. Like, granted, I was like working. So I'm in office this week, by the way. That's why I haven't been posting a whole lot lately. But like, I read the craziest story about like this person who was pregnant, right? Let me go ahead and but I read a story of a woman who was pregnant with her first child, but it was her husband's like second child, right? And the story was written from the OP's perspective. Listen, she got in her own way because she just would not talk. She would not talk to her husband about the feelings that she was feeling. Okay, bye, butt stuff. I'll catch you later if we're still on. I'm only going to be on for like a couple hours today. Well, I say only, which is about only 2 hours anyway. But, but the lady who was pregnant wouldn't share her feelings about her pregnancy. She said her back would hurt. He would offer to rub it. She would be like, no. She would feel the baby kicking, and he would be like, let me feel the baby kick, and she would be like, no. Like, these people are fucking exhausting. Please talk to your people. Please talk to your partners. Please talk to your daughters, and please talk to everybody. Okay? Okay. Awesome. But yeah, that's how I fucking feel about it. Y'all need to communicate because y'all are weird. All right. So we read Slappa's Choice, and now we're officially in motion. All right, guys. What are we reading next? Because now it's your turn. Y'all get to choose what y'all want to read, okay? So I have been asking for some suggestions, and while there was chaos yesterday and I didn't get to go live, some of y'all did share some stories. Another crazy day, faux show. Thank you, by the way. I see you gave me a rose. I see a couple stories that you posted. If you are in my Discord, go ahead and share with me in the Discord. Join the Discord. Go ahead and share with me your suggestions if you have any. But for right now, let's choose the next story. All right. Let's keep going. All right. So, first one, I have a super long story. It's technically not finished, but I have seen all of the pieces. It was on Two Hot Takes, but I can read that story. It's a bride story. Okay. So, put me a bride in the chat. Am I the asshole for buying my sister's house? Dream house. Put a house in the comments. Okay. And lastly, I exposed my aunt after she claimed I was faking my disability for attention. So give me a handicap or some sort of handicap emoji. So a handicap emoji or a bride or wait. A handicap emoji, a bride, or a house. A handicap emoji, a bride, or a house. What story would you like to hear first? Oh, you are my best friends in the world. You are my best friends in the world. And that's right. I'm talking about the two of us girls. And you, Jake. That was an Adventure Time song, but whatever. I want to sing a song and you now refuse to kick your foot. Okay, I got 3 handicaps, so let's go handicaps. All right, so let's keep going with our next story called I exposed my aunt after she claimed I was faking my disability for attention. She then ends up attacking me and putting me in the hospital. Yeah. So that means please mind that trigger warning, okay? Mind the trigger warning. But know that this is a safe environment, okay? All right. So, some backstory is needed. Some backstory is needed to fully understand my situation. And a too long didn't read would be at the bottom. We're not doing that here. We're here for story time and snacks, okay? Also, my apologies for any okay, we got you. I, 31 female, was born with a severe genetic disorder called EDS, hypermobility type. EDS is essentially a group of disorders caused by defective collagen in the body. This results in a host of issues, including joint hypermobility, which causes joints to be loose and unstable, that they dislocate and subluxate, partially dislocate, okay, constantly. Oh my gosh. Severe joint and soft tissue pain due to constant dislocations and the resulting damage to the joints, among other things. Extreme chronic fatigue, skin that bruises easily, and thin areas even tear. Okay, don't get mad at me. Okay, please don't get mad at me. Please don't get mad at me, guys. But y'all remember that episode of SpongeBob when they were selling the chocolate and the dude said that he had glass bones and every morning he breaks his legs and every night he breaks his arms and everything else and he sells chocolate. And then that dude was like, chocolate, chocolate. Like, anyway, so dude sells chocolate for a living. I'm kidding. I'm sorry. All right, so dizziness when standing up because my blood pressure drops rapidly. About 11 years ago, my disorder worsened significantly, and I was forced to start using a wheelchair to get around, as walking more than 100 feet became extremely dangerous for me. Y'all funny. Anyway, about 11 years ago, they had to start using a wheelchair. The risk of falling due to a hip dislocation was high. In the last 3 years, I upgraded to an electric wheelchair because pushing a manual chair became too painful. For reasons I don't fully understand, my aunt, 54 female, has an extreme dislike for disabled people, especially those in wheelchairs who can still move their legs. For 11 years, whenever we were alone, she treated me worse than a dog and insisted that my disorder was completely fake and made up. She claimed that I was lying about it because I wanted all the attention focused on me, believing I was jealous of anyone else receiving attention, especially her. What? The projection is crazy. Also, it's people like this woman who were the reason why I probably have worse legs and knees and arthritis and shit than I would have. Because I'm pretty sure that most of my arthritis, all my knee pain, my leg pain, my foot pain is worse because I walked a lot while I was pregnant. And the reason why I walked a lot while I was pregnant is because I was too afraid to use a wheelchair. Why was I too afraid to use a wheelchair? Because one time when my mom was she just got both her knees replaced and she was starting to move around good. She was out of PT and stuff like that, therapy. And this lady was like, you don't get to park in a disabled parking spot. I said, yes, I do, because my mom is disabled and she needs this closer parking spot. My mom was already walking around the car as this lady was talking to me, and she was like, why are you talking to my daughter? And that was like a horrible ordeal. And that lady then looked at my mom's knees, saw the scars, and then walked away. And the reason that fucked with me, and like, this is you people need to fuck off. Sorry, guys. Anyway, I'm sorry. That was a lot. You people, I said what the fuck I said. Okay. Anyway. So I tried to confront her about it, but hold on. Okay, yeah. I tried to confront her about it and talk things out, but since I was already overwhelmed by my condition, I ended up keeping her comments to myself. Since I'm not confrontational and don't see her often throughout the year, I didn't want to be a burden. I didn't want to burden anyone with it, especially as I already had to ask for so much help from the people around me. And my parents were exhausted from all the doctor visits during that time. Oh, poor OP. Just know that the people love you. I feel bad too, asking Slappa to help me so much a lot. So for the past 11 years, I've just ignored every comment she made when we were alone because I'd grown accustomed to it. I absolutely didn't care what she thought at this point, and she knew she was being an idiot. That was until things really escalated last week when I went to visit my aunt for our yearly family dinner. She was the one who organized the dinner this year. All was going well until she drank more than usual and became a lot snarkier towards me in front of the family. This caused some family members to call her out and tell her that it was inappropriate and uncalled for, sorry. She silently fumed, giving me unaliving stares afterward, and my parents noticed this and kept an eye on her. Good on your parents. Unfortunately, at some point, I went into the kitchen on the other side of the house to take a break from my aunt's stairs and take my medicine in private, and my mom followed me into the kitchen and closed the door behind her. Y'all have doors on your... Do y'all have doors in your kitchens? I'm like looking around like, where would you even put a door? Do you hear the empty space? Anyway, my aunt followed me in the kitchen and closed the door behind her. I knew this wasn't good since she was clearly intoxicated, so I discreetly started recording the incident on my phone. Ooh, OP big smart. Okay. Since the door was closed and we were far away from many people talking loudly in the other room, no one could hear us, even if I screamed. My aunt began asking if I was enjoying being an attention hog and ruining her dinner by humiliating her. I slowly tried to maneuver my wheelchair toward the door while apologizing, telling her that wasn't my intention. Mind that trigger warning, guys. At that point, I tried to say what she wanted to hear. I tried to say what she wanted to hear so I could get to safety. She started raising her voice, accusing me of being jealous of her success and faking my disorder out of laziness. Big projection, because what? She began calling me every name in the book, yelling nonsense at me. I started to think she might have been having a mental breakdown and began crying and pleading with her to let me go. I started to think she might be having I began crying and pleading to let her go. Okay. Y'all understand me. Okay. The OP was crying and asking to leave. Okay. Realizing I needed to get out of there, I decided I couldn't do so in my chair, so I tried to get out of it. Unfortunately, she turned violent and pushed me back into the chair. She screamed that she wasn't done yet and that liars like me needed to be taught a lesson. She started hitting me in the face as hard as she could, which dislocated my jaw, and then she tried to pull me out of the chair, dislocating my arm. But I fought back, so she failed. Then I somehow managed to push the chair over on its side, causing my foot to get stuck behind the footrest. Luckily, my dad noticed my absence and that my aunt was also gone and became concerned and went looking for me. Thank goodness, Father. My father later told me I let out such a blood-curdling scream that it was audible throughout the entire dining room, prompting him and my mom to sprint toward the sound. At this point, I started to lose consciousness from the pain, and I remember my dad bursting through the door. And from what I was told, my dad body slammed my aunt and punched her to make sure she stayed down. My mom screamed for someone to call 911, which my nephew did immediately. My mom then got me free from the wheelchair and tried to recall her first aid training. Meanwhile, My dad pinned my aunt to the floor while my aunt's husband stood there in complete shock, not knowing what to do. What the fuck are you, a Jerry? Fucking get into action. Get your get OP's dad off your wife, and you sit there. Sit on your stupid wife. Anyway, meanwhile, okay, so the police and ambulance arrived and they put my aunt in cuffs. Good, you fucking menace. And she screamed at my dad, asking how dare he lay hands on a woman, no less his sister. Man, fuck you, bitch. I don't give a shit who you are. My uncle then tried to defend my aunt. Jerry, if you don't go to bed. Go to sleep, Jerry. He said that he tried to defend my aunt, claiming that they didn't know what had happened and that I could have tipped over myself, and he insisted that his wife would never do something like that, and it had to be provoked. He apparently said much worse things, but my parents won't specify what exactly. Just like a fucking Jerry, I regained consciousness at this point, likely due to receiving some strong pain medication. It's still a blur because the medication left me disoriented. I was taken away by the ambulance while my aunt was taken to jail. At the hospital, I was found to have multiple fractured ribs, dislocated arm, jaw, and also a concussion from the punches. But the worst was my foot, which turned out to be broken. I also have cuts and scrapes everywhere because my skin's so fragile. Fortunately, the injuries weren't severe enough to require surgery, but with my disorder, it will take at least 10 weeks in a cast, followed by physical therapy, although my ankle will likely be permanently damaged. I feel guilty for ruining someone's life. I've gotten multiple voicemails from different numbers with her screaming how I ruined her life and probably their finances after this. And my uncle is trying to save his own reputation by sticking to my aunt's side, but that's short-lived because now he wants a divorce. Good job, Jerry. You're becoming a Morty. There you go. A few family members and them are making me doubt if I've done something wrong here. So that's why I'm asking if I'm the asshole. Did you show them the video? Did you show them the recording? Hello? Am I getting ahead of myself? I'm putting this in afterwards because it somehow got deleted, but I ended up sharing the footage on a private group for our family, for the whole family to see, but it might have been wrong. But seeing the reactions, it was probably the right thing. After shit hit the fan for her. So that's why she's even more angry. I'm giving the OP a lot of grace because she said she is not an English speaker. Okay. Edit. A lot of people don't understand that when you're badly disabled. What do people not understand about this story? Y'all are real sus for that. A lot of you people don't understand that when you're badly disabled, at least in my case, that people will constantly tell you that you're at fault for things. That plus past traumatic experiences have made it really difficult for me to even stand up for myself or know that when I'm truly at fault for things. It's hard for me to discern when people are just basically gaslighting me into believing I'm the cause of the issue. So I hope people will understand a bit better why my mind makes me think I might be at fault. Also edited in the last paragraph because somehow it disappeared. Yes, we're getting a restraining order and pressing charges. The thought of her coming after me is a lot. Poor OP, you'll be just fine. It sounds like you're surrounded by good people. For people wondering how I was given pain meds when I wasn't conscious, as I said, I think I regained it. Oh, okay. So the people in the comment section are just being shitty. Okay. That is disgusting. And this is why Crutches and Spice exists, because some of y'all are just assholes. Anyway, my parents are reluctant to talk about how they found me and what happened because they'd rather have those memories buried instead of haunting me. The footage was handed over to the police and is backed up on multiple platforms now, and I think I'm going to sue since I have insurance. And there's the too long didn't read. My aunt ended up putting me in the hospital and severely injuring me. hold on, because she thinks I'm faking my genetic disorder to get attention. I recorded the whole attack and put it online after they tried to say I was lying and I attacked her. Now everyone in our family has gone no contact with her, even her church. Dang, there's no hate like Christian love, and the church left you. I'm sorry, that's fucking hilarious. Okay, that's hilarious. I can't believe the church left you, bitch. Anyway, her husband wants to divorce her, so so she's I am the asshole for posting it online and ruining her life. Okay, cool. All right, good job, good job. That was a horrible. That story was high key really fucked up. Okay, wow. Damn, your aunt sucks. If your uncle on the other or if your uncle on other family, I'm done. I can't. I can't. Oh, they're from Holland. Okay. All right, we're done. All right.
You just had to read it with a Dutch accent. It would make sense.
I don't know how to do a Dutch accent.
Like Goldfinger.
Who's Goldfinger?
Austin Powers?
So Mike Myers?
Yeah.
So Shrek?
No, that's Scott.
Dr. Evil?
No. Well,
No, Dr. Evil is American. Well, he's supposed to be German, but
he's like German.
but he sounds like a regular people.
He was saved by Dutch people.
Okay, hold on. While we're in between stories, Slap says that a Holland accent sounds like a Mike Myers Goldfinger character. And he says Dr. Evil might sound like that too.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Well, he was like whatever in the crash, and he was like saved by some like Dutch.
Speak up.
He was like saved by some Dutch family or something. Like that's the backstory, and he hates Dutch people because of that or something.
What?
It's weird. We'll have to rewatch that one.
Oh my gosh. I want to rewatch Austin Powers, but I just know it's going to be horrible. All right. So I love the way the dad reacted. Me too. The dad did a great job. Hell yeah, father. And then, hello, mother. Hello, father. What is that from? What is that from? He laid hands on her only because she laid hands on OP first. So glad he was protecting her. Fuck yeah, bro. All right, that's enough of that horrific story. So there's one. So now that we're done with that story, we have the two other options. So now, guys, put on. So let's keep going with the next story, okay? So y'all get to choose. These two are crazy long. Kind of long. One of them's stupid long. The bride story is super long, and the medium style story is the house story. So the bride story, that's super duper long, or the house story, which is complete but kind of medium. I want to hear. So I need a house or bride in the chat. Give me a house or a bride in the chat for the next story. Let's go in the garden. You'll find something waiting right there where you left it, lying upside down. When you finally find it, you'll see how it's faded. The underside is lighter when you turn it around. Everything stays right where you left it. Everything stays. Okay, I got 3 houses. Okay. Oh, there's 3 houses and 3 brides. Hold on. 1, 2. Okay, I got a 1, 2. Okay, I got a 4th bride. Okay. All right, let's go with the bride story. No, you're too late. So I saw several brides. Okay, let's talk about this bride story right quick. Okay, I found this on Two Hot Takes. Okay, but the last part is a TikTok, which I will task Slappa to find, and then once we get there, then we'll watch the ending of the story via two hot takes. Would y'all like that? Please advise. Okay. Okay, cool. All right then. This I will ask, dear Slappa, would you make me a drink? Because it is time to re up because we about to get in this damn story. This story was insanity, okay? And then hopefully I can find that TikTok or Slappa can here in a moment. If you find it and you're in my Discord channel, they have all of the parts on TikTok and you just put it in the Insta face tick tube. Oh, I said that. Insta face tick tube. Woo! Okay, cool. Okay, so everybody, if you haven't already, go ahead and re-up, grab your vibes and your delights, and let's jump into the story called, yeah, go ahead and see if you can find the ending. Because she got she got one from the OP directly that isn't on here. Okay. All right. So let's keep going and join the Discord if you're a friend and you want to be friends with other friends. All right. Trigger warning, as always. Please mind the trigger warning: financial exploitation, controlling behavior, theft, Jerry behavior. I'm going to add that on there: Jerry behavior, and fraud, manipulation, mentions of mental health issues, body image, all of it. You heard it? Okay, cool. Awesome. All right. I miss the days when bridesmaids were treated like people and not stage props. My future sister-in-law is getting married, so of course, I'm a default bridesmaid. She didn't give us options for the dress. She picked it out and told us that this is the one we're all wearing. The dress is strapless, backless, thigh slit, halter top. I'm a large girl. Triple D, you know what I'm saying? Should explain why I don't want to wear backless or halter styles. Backless means I can't wear any form of supportive bra, and there's virtually no shapewear that I can put underneath it. The only bras that work are stickies or tape, which do not hold me up in the least. Ugh, that's like the worst. But at the same time, like, who cares? Let them hang. Let them hang. It's getting to the point like that as soon as I clock out and I'm like, once I'm securely in my car, I take my bra off. Like, don't be looking at my car. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so I tried the dress on. My chest was spilling out over the sides, back rolls full blast, and I'm popping out of this thing every which way. I'm so uncomfortable. I basically told the bride, sorry, I know it's your big day, but there's no way that I'm wearing this dress. My body shape is different from the rest of the bridal party, and I just can't justify wearing it. I told her I'd be fine if I could simply modify it to be more conservative at the back, and she at the back and chest, and she declined and told me to just be more confident in myself. That's not okay. Because all the dresses must be identical for photos. I would have dropped out right then. I would have dropped out. I have no body confidence issues. There are plenty of styles that suit my figure. It just so happens that this dress was not made for larger women and does not look appropriate on my body. Right. I want to drop out of the wedding, but my family insists I stay in. No. Because it's my sister-in-law. No. And it would ruin the wedding and the relationship. Don't care. If she wants me to look like a fucking fool, then she doesn't have my best interests at heart. So no. Also, if y'all are out there and you feel like you're being bullied into doing some shit like that for your family, you are worth more than that. You hear me? You hear me? You're worth more. Okay. I don't get why I should have to be paraded around in front of my entire family, extended family, friends, colleagues, neighbors, etc. in an outfit that makes me uncomfortable. It's just getting ridiculous. Brides, please have enough tact to make sure that your girls are comfortable on their special day. We're humans, not props. Faux show. Absolutely. Wow. When I read this story to begin with, I didn't hear all that. Like, that's crazy that it started with a dress. All right. So, first of all, what? First of all, thank you so much for the support. I appreciate your helpful advice and suggestions. On that note, I've decided to stay in the wedding to avoid sending my mother to an early grave. However, I've also decided I'll be wearing the shit out of this dress and making sure the center of attention is not on the lovely bride. Lol, that's funny. I tried to resolve the issue with tact and class and was shot down. So I feel I've earned the right to be petty. I'm going to order some really specific shapewear which can be concealed under what little material this dress has, and thank you. All right. So I'm going to end that one because the drama begins here. Okay, there's so much tea about this bachelorette trip. Okay. Okay. So much tea. I'm glad I can spill to my Reddit community because I can't gossip to my family. So, about 6 months ago, the bride planned her destination bachelorette trip and charged each of the 11 girls 650 dollars for the Airbnb. I was salty about the high cost, but it's my sister-in-law, so I sucked it up and paid for her. I need to know when enough is enough for your fucking family. Okay, thank you. I was also suspicious about the high as fuck price. And so I did cross-check the Airbnb listing and it checked out. Yes, this bitch wanted a 2,300 a night beachfront house. That's crazy. Well, today I'm chatting about wedding stuff with my brother who's marrying this woman, and he said something along the lines of, "What a relief her dad paid for the Airbnb because that would have been so expensive for your group." I about choked. Can I have a drink? I said, "Hey, are you sure about that? Are you sure about that?" Because all 11 girls paid $650 for the house alone. Maybe run it by her. And his face turned purple. So I take it he had no idea why what? What? To add to the greed going on here, when I got married, I flew her out, paid for her accommodations, paid for her hair, makeup, bridesmaid dress, and paid for transportation because he was going through a hard time. Hey, can I have the green screen?
Yeah.
Or do you just want to be in this background? Now she has the balls to steal from me? I get that weddings are expensive, but don't have one but I get that weddings are expensive, but don't have one if it requires stealing from your bridesmaids. I'm assuming I'm the only bridesmaid who's aware of what's going on here. Not sure if I should spill to the group or just let it go. There's a chance her dad stepped in and paid for it after the fact and she just chose not to refund us. I'm right. What do you mean? Anyway, or I don't know if I should spill it to the group or just let it go. Update one. Nah, fuck y'all. I'm not clear on the exact situation, but I want to avoid embarrassing my brother. Update one. Fuck this shit. I'm not gonna hold you. Let's keep going. Okay. Thanks for all the advice and support. Sure. Girl, shut up. This is what I'm gonna do first. I'm gonna talk to my brother and give him a chance to clear it up with sister-in-law before I make a scene. I want to understand what's really going on. For example, did daddy pay for the trip, but sister-in-law decided to put that towards a different wedding expense? Things like that. The answer will determine when or how I will tell the rest of the baby mamas, bridesmaids. I'm gonna give my brother only 1 to 2 days because this trip is literally next week. Nah.
No.
Hold on. Excuse me. Well, y'all are funny. The screech I would have screeched. Wow. Free dance. Yeah, he be dancing. Seriously, every time I was a courthouse. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. So thank you, my love. All right. So I regrouped with my brother. My mom also stepped in, bypassed my brother, stopped stealing my food, and got some more info directly from her dad. Here's the teeth. Here's more. Listen. The Godzillas are ready. Okay. Future Future sister-in-law's dad did not offer to cover the cost until a few months after we all paid for the trip. This was after he found out the cost and was pissed that she chose a $2,300 a night house and asked us to pay. Apparently, he threatened not to pay for the wedding if she added more expenses onto the wedding party. Holy jeez. Turns out she originally wanted it to be at the Maldives, but he forbade her. What's the Maldives?
Like private islands.
Oh my gosh.
Want to go yachting?
The orcas are waiting. According to my mom, who chatted with him directly, he felt embarrassed when he heard about the Airbnb price and wanted to save face with my side of the family. So he gave her about $7,000 to cover the house. She was supposed to refund us, but obviously that never happened. And this is where it gets good. So my mom went total FBI and learned that in addition to not paying us, sister-in-law didn't put the money towards a different wedding expense either. She doesn't have it. So where did it go? What did she spend it on? There is currently a full-blown investigation going down between our two families right now. This is what I remember, okay? I don't remember that shit about the dress, okay? This is crazy. There is okay. I've been asked by my mom not to alert the bridesmaids just yet until we get the last bits of info and come to a resolution with both sister-in-law and her dad. But we will tell them ASAP, one way or another. I will come back tomorrow with another update. Crazy. Third update. The plot thickens, thicker than a Godzilla on a happy day. So as this drama is all unfolding, I'm looking at him. The maid of honor, who doesn't know what's going on yet, is continuing her duties. We all get a 4-paragraph text from her outlining the dress code for each night of the bachelorette per the bride's orders. Keep in mind, the bride is asking us all to go out and buy new outfits for each night of the trip, and the themes are wild. Animal print Thursday, faux fur Friday, sparkle dress Saturday, and Barbie brunch Sunday. Okay. Why do y'all have to buy new outfits for that? It just sounds like costumes. It just sounds like LARPing. I bet you she thinks that LARPing is dumb, but that's basically what y'all are doing. Anyway, as if we're all going to go out and buy that shit 1 week. I love this OP. As if we're all going to buy that shit 1 week before the trip or at all, especially after dropping, I'm sure, the expenses, the airfare, the travel, you know what I'm saying? The dress, you know what I'm saying? Like the money that you like on the Airbnb period, like y'all crazy for that. Anyway, thankfully, the bridesmaids seem to be waking up to the bullshit. Several of them wrote back saying that they're not going to do that. But that's just one side to the absolute shit show that's unfolding. My mom is very involved now as she's paid a decent chunk of this wedding as well, and does not like that the bride is throwing around thousands of dollars from her dad, as well as lying to the bridal party. Right. So when has anybody told the brother that he needs to stop being a Jerry? Did y'all tell him that he needs to stop being a fucking Jerry? Cause what the fuck? Why is he going along with this? Right? She set up a meeting directly with my sister-in-law to cut through the bullshit and explain. She told sister-in-law that she's going to inform the bridesmaids herself unless she gets a valid answer. At this point, I'm just shoveling down popcorn Waiting for the events to unfold. I will be back tonight with hopefully the final update. Swan ice sculpture. She used the 7,000 to book a swan shaped ice sculpture to be displayed at the reception and didn't tell anyone. $7,000. Turns out her dad banned her from adding any more extras to the wedding design because it was already so expensive and unnecessary. When he Venmoed her for the Airbnb, she thought she was being sneaky and just kept it instead. She didn't even tell my brother this. He only found out that her dad decided to cover the Airbnb because those two went out for cigars one night and it came up. So that mystery is solved thanks to my mini FBI crew, but now the real question remains. Where the fuck is my $650 fucking dollars? And how to break the news to the bridesmaids? Out of the kindness of her soul, my mother is giving my sister-in-law 24 hours to confess and figure out how to pay us back our money because you know what? I did not spend $650 on some damn ice. I had kids to feed. I have bills to pay. Oh my God, I know that's right. Oh my goodness. It is taking everything in me not to text the bridesmaid group right now, but my mom is still trying to give the sister-in-law one opportunity to do the right thing. This has been a roller coaster. Don't know if anyone is still interested. What? Right. This is so boring. What? But let me know if I should. Girl, shut up. Anyway. Okay. As promised, here's the latest tea served boiling hot. Now, I do like the chilled variety, but grab your vibes and delights and let's keep going, okay? As promised, here is the latest tea. This is a long update and I'm just going to try to get everything in. First, let's start with the bride's explanation to her family, myself, my mom, my brother, her fiance, and her dad. She broke down crying, shitting and crying, saying that wedding planning has been getting to her head and that she's been crushed under the pressure to have the perfect wedding, which she felt couldn't go on without this alleged ice swan. I didn't buy her sob story. After this whole incident, I think she's being a delusional, controlling, attention-starved bridezilla who's using the wedding as a way to compete with other girls on Instagram. By the way, her job is influencer, if I didn't mention that yet. She must have the golden, what was it called? The golden, what is it called? The promised land. She must have the promised land between her legs or something. Like, why the fuck is your brother still with her? What the hell? My brother took the bait. To be honest, I don't even believe.
He's just literally dumb.
This is his future wife, and he said he wants to help her with mental health and get her to... I'm finna go. I'm finna head out. This is his future wife. He wants to help her with mental health and get her back to a good place. He is disturbed by the situation, but will continue to support her. Godzilla, we need you, please. The wedding is on for those who are curious. Next, let's get into the matter of the 7K. Okay. Whether we're getting our money back, the sad, gut-wrenching answer is probably not. He said that his daughter is 31 and needs to get herself out of her own mess. Oh, her dad said he already paid for the Airbnb once. He won't do it again. She's 31 and she needs to fucking get it right. She chimed in that the 7K is gone and asked how she would possibly repay us back. My brother refused to pay for her screw up. So nobody can listen. At least pay your fucking sister back, you fucking miserable bitch. At least pay your sister back, you jerk. While I love that everybody is finally forcing this bitch to be an adult, I would like my money back more. Unfortunately, We're not going to get it unless she magically wins the lottery or gets a real job. For those who ask, there's nothing we can do legally. We all willingly paid a fixed amount and we would have to move mountains and spend more money to sue her. Plus, while she was incredibly shady and a terrible friend, she technically didn't do anything wrong that we could prove. Boo. Boo this man. Woo. Well, not man, but, boo this person, whatever.
Well, man.
This woe man. Boo this woe man. Okay. Give me a sec. My purse is like getting in my shots. Anyway, now onto the bridesmaids. After some threats from my mom, whatever, y'all be all right. Sister-in-law finally broke down and contacted the bridesmaids in our group chat. Yes, I really, really want to say baby mamas because that's when I usually see BMs. BM in the PM. Where's my Bob's Burgers friends? Anyway, so sister-in-law finally broke down and contacted the bridesmaids. She sent a text that made my skin crawl. Hey, ladies. Hey.
Hey, girlies.
Hold on, let me see. Because Too Hot Takes, she did it. Let me see. Hey, ladies. So you're my bride squad. So I feel compelled to share that my dad recently offered to pay for our beach accommodations. However, being that the wedding is so expensive, I have decided to put his donation towards a wedding expense. I hope you all understand, and I can't wait to party with you all next week. Who was that? Who was that comedian? When she would be like, that's what that shit sounded like. Hey, girly pops, throw tomatoes. Fuck yes, I need more tomatoes. Somebody blow the chat up with tomatoes. Please. Boo this woman. Boo. No. I don't have a boo. I don't have a boo. Somebody put some. Anyway, oh, hell no. Yeah, that's right. Give me them things. Give me them tomatoes. All right. Boo. Thank you. Oh, hell no. Hell no. Okay. I immediately replied back, making sure everyone knew the expense was an ice sculpture. An ice swan. Come on, people. Many of them replied and expressed that they would have loved to use that $650 for something more important, but ultimately, no one has backed out. One of the girls started a side chat without the bride and asked if there's any chance of getting our money back if we force her to cancel. Unfortunately, since we're only a week out, we're not eligible. They decided to go on with the go through with the batch. Oh, it's not beach party, it's bachelorette. Okay, my bad. Bachelorette party, or else it would be a literal waste of $650. Facts. There's 69 people watching. Lol. As for myself, I'm in the same boat. I would rather run myself over than go on this trip. But $650 is not a small amount, and I can't fathom just throwing it down the drain. I haven't made my final decision yet. If I do go, it'll solely be to avoid eating the $650 plus my airfare. I will not be doing any of the planned events, outfits, or even contributing $1 more. I would have my own mini vacation as best I can. I'm really upset that it seems like this crazy person is going to get her way after all. Jeez. That's crazy, man. Mini update 5A. There were so many curious comments coming in, so I wanted to keep you in the loop. More drama has unfolded. Sorry, guys. Oh, here it is. I was looking for my coaster. There are so many curious comments coming in, so I want to keep you in the loop. More drama has unfolded among the bridesmaids. The side text without the bride popped off, and we have all agreed to do the following. It says we will be going on the trip, but it's no longer a bachelorette trip. We will all be taking personal vacations with our hubbies, significant others, while staying at the property. We were forced into this beachfront mansion plus airfare, so we're going to make the most out of it. Two, we have backed out of hosting and paying for the bridal shower. The bride will need to find another way to move forward if she wants to have it. Excuse me. We will attend as guests if she has it, and we will not be gifting anything. Mother of the bride is absolutely furious. More on this later. At her or y'all? Okay, let me just get to it. Okay, we're letting the bride know that she needs to cancel the ice swan TM and give us our money back. After some more research, we doubt all of the 7,000 went towards the alleged swan because they don't seem to cost that much. How much is an ice sculpture? It says it's like $400.
Really?
It says like 400. This says $400. It says about 400. This one says it's about 5,000. That looks disgusting, whatever that is. What's the average price of an ice sculpture? Okay, so you may not be able to see this, but please, I will read this for you. And I hope that y'all know that I wouldn't lie to y'all, okay? I have no reason to lie. Okay, most, though not all of ice sculptures we make are roughly 40 to 45 inches tall or wide by 22 inches tall or wide. And they start at about $650, and our smaller 2-foot ones start at $350, and the mini luges start at $375. Wow, intriguing. Wow, I didn't even know. Yeah, that's weird. I do got games on. I got hella games on my phone. And you know what I tell the little cousins who ask for my phone? They're like, hey, can I play games on your phone? And I'll be like, no, because I'm playing games on my phone. Anyway, and then it says, wait, you're serious? Only 400? I was expecting at least two. Right. How has someone not beat the Sonic rings out this bitch yet? Listen. Charliski, I like you. I think this has to do with bride being poor. She pocketed it. Listen, no. Daddy gave her $7,000. There's no way that she's broke. She's a rich kid.
She's like the rich girl who steals from stores and shit.
Yeah, Slaps. Did you hear what Slap said? Slap says she sounds like the rich girl who steals from stores just to get off. I wanted an ice sculpture for my wedding. It was $1,000, but it was massive. Why am I? Oh, like gambling. She's an influencer. Yeah, but wouldn't her dad just give her an allowance? Like, it seems like he's not opposed to paying for her, and he said that he keeps bailing her out of these situations. But she's 31 now, and he's done. All right, I won't be back for a while because I want to save the update for the trip. Bored Panda picked up the article. Well, that's pretty funny. That's pretty awesome. Okay. So there's some comments. There's some comments. So this person says, I need to know if you're paying for your own dress, hair, shoes on top of all this. Yes. $350 dress, $150 for hair, makeup, $150 for hair, $150 for makeup, $200 for shoes, and I haven't even gotten to do my jewelry yet. Oh, and the bridal shower cost is being split among 11 girls. Wow. Plus the wedding gift.
So
plus the shower gift. Wow. So you paid $650 for everything. But now you have all the expenses with the dresses. Why do these women need to think they need to fight on Instagram? And then they're just kind of talking shit. If y'all didn't know, I'm a trainer at my job. Whenever we scroll too much, we say sorry. All right. Warning, final update number 6. That's what you said last time. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. I'm really not though. Anyway, I mean, depending on where you are, 150 for hair and makeup is normal. Yes, but $300 like altogether, like 150 for makeup. Whenever my friend got married, they did my makeup like I had the, let's put a pin in that. Somebody put a pin in the makeup, okay? My friend paid charged me $40 for like an incredible look, and I feel like my eyebrows were thick as fuck, but she captured me, man. She got me. I was fucking like cheekbones was cheeking. You hear me? But anyway, and then my hair, yeah, I guess you're right, because I pay about $200 for my hair. You know what I mean? Without, and that's just to get my hair braided. The actual braid hair is separate, you know. Anyway, and that's too. And then when I tell you I didn't spend more than 5K for my first and not more than 2K, man. And you paid for dresses. All right, guys, let's keep going. So let me so the absolute tea that I have today, you mean what were we drinking before? Vodka? What were we drinking? It took me so long to write this because I'm at a complete and utter loss for words. I think we need to bring the support Godzilla back. Where to begin? Let me start with this. There is no ice swan. There was never an ice swan. It was all an elaborate fabrication designed to distract everyone from where the missing 7,000 actually went. RIP. Ice Swan TM. Turns out there was a reason behind a sister-in-law's luxury bachelorette location. Here's what happened. All the bridesmaids show up to the beachfront mansion with our significant others. Sister-in-law had already been made aware that it was no longer a bachelorette, but to our complete shock, she still was stunned that we meant it. She arrived last in her pre-booked limo, absolutely fuming that no one else showed up to the limo meeting spot at the airport. She was still the only one sticking to the original itinerary. Then she was flabbergasted that the husbands and SOs were with us. It was a comedy show at best. Anyway, we went about our individual mini vacations, and eventually someone realized it had been about 48 hours since anyone had seen sister-in-law. Oh no, did she fall off a bridge? Did she fall off her high horse? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so I assumed she was mad and she either flew home or went to stay somewhere else. Then the unthinkable unfolds. Sister-in-law rolls up the driveway in a wheelchair, being pushed by two female nurses. The entire group jumped into action thinking something horrible had happened. What's happening?
She had plastic surgery?
Oh! Boy, shut up. For real. She was in the wheelchair, and we all thought something horrible happened, but they just ushered us away and wheeled her into her room. At this point, I'm actually very concerned. We're all banging on her door, asking if she's okay. The nurses eventually leave and say they legally can't reveal the nature of her health issue, but assure us that she's fine. I call my brother. Those poor nurses had no idea. The chaos, I swear. So I finally decided to call her mom, aka, I'm sorry. The nurses leave and they say, okay, she's going to be okay. I call my brother and mom and get no answer. So I finally decide to call her mom, aka the mother of the bride, who was mad that we took over the bachelorette party. Man, fuck you. Mother of the bride reveals that what actually took place. Oh, she's going to be forthcoming. And well, I'm sorry, bitch. Anyway, I still said it. Anyway, she isn't sick. She doesn't have a health issue. There was no accident. She got her boobs done.
Bro, I would punch her in the titty. Are you kidding me? Wow! She took all their money for a boob job. I would fuck them titties up. I would knock the fucking shit out of place. So forever they look like ass. You gonna take my money to do this? Okay, you're gonna think about the money you took from me every time you look in the mirror at your lumpy titty after I punch your freshly surgery titty.
Calm down.
Goddamn.
20 minutes later.
I'm so sorry. Oh. Okay. Yes. Sorry.
I mean, just the gall to steal from 11 women and then just flaunt the money you stole in their face. Like, nothing's gonna happen to you, bro.
This is what she was doing. She said.
Like, you're very vulnerable right now. Why would you show yourself to the people you stole from?
I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. Okay. She would. Okay, Grand Theft Melons. Stop it. Stop it. Okay. Oh my melons hurt. Oh my god, my chest. Okay. Okay, guys. Okay. Yes, folks, you read that correctly. She had planned. Oops, hold on. I'm gonna keep reading, but my camera needs to reset itself because I was screaming with laughter. Okay. But so yes, folks, you read that correctly. She had planned, as part of the original itinerary, to disappear as the for the afternoon and return with a new set of melons. I'm sorry. What? the the location of the beachfront mansion is conveniently 5 minutes away from a very famous cosmetic surgeon's office. The reason why she feel the reason she needed this giant ass property was not really to host 11 girls, it was to host 11 girls plus the surgery recovery nurses and personal chef, and she had reserved for she let me try that one more time. The reason she needed this giant ass property was not really to host 11 girls. It was to host 11 girls plus surgery, recovery nurses, and personal chef she had reserved for the operation. Is that a thing? Has anybody ever gotten like some plastic surgery done at like a place like that? Is that how that happens?
I mean, you can just hire those people.
There is so much more that we need to unpack. I honestly don't even know where to begin. What was her mother's knowledge involvement in all this? What was the cost of the procedure? I'm guessing around $7,000. Why was it meant to be part of the Bachelorette? What was the purpose of the Ice Swan lie? What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Will the bridesmaids, included, myself included, pursue legal action? Where does this leave my brother? Is this lady okay mentally? Y'all are just now asking this? Child. Anyway, it was... So, where does this leave my brother? Is this lady okay? Was this horribly misplaced cry for attention? Was it an FU to the bridesmaids somehow? So many questions remain. I am only a few hours back from this trip, so this is all the information I have right now. I was intending for this to be my final update, and I just want to say thank you for all your support, advice, bags of popcorn, and funny input. This has been a wild ride, and I'm glad I could share it with you. So far, we have had this crazy ordeal picked up by news publications, multiple podcasts, and a magazine. I literally want to write a book about this experience. I've already revealed a great deal of info, so to protect my brother's privacy moving forward, I think I need to step away from the updates. Man, you better come the fuck back. The bride was the real swan all along. I'm sick. Right, is the personal chef cooking for all of us? Oh, you arranged for a friend to help. Got it. She should have got some sense implanted. Y'all are on fire. The brother better have a secret bank account. Right. Okay, this is the last update. But like I said we would watch this together on TikTok, right?
To protect my brother's privacy. Well, that is all changed now, and I've been given permission by my brother to spill the fucking tea. My brother was aware that sister-in-law had planned on getting a breast augmentation at some point this year. He actually knew it would be during the bachelorette trip. Despite thinking it was very weird, he wanted to support her. So he kept her surprise a secret. What he did not know was that she may have used the bridesmaids' money or even her dad's to finance it.
Mm-hmm.
But it turns out that she did not, in fact, use our money or her dad's money to pay for the new titties.
She says.
That's because her procedure was on the house. Why, you ask?
She hooked up with the guy?
Because she has been having an affair with the surgeon for over a year.
Stop. What?
A year!
What?
Oh, OP goes on to say, yes, you read that correctly. She has been diddling her married plastic surgeon for more than 14 months.
Wow.
He is a, all caps, very well-known plastic surgeon. And his legal team has been on me like white on rice. There are limits to what I can disclose. At this current moment, I have been advised not to disclose the state he practices in, his name, or any personally identifying details.
Why?
You can get sued.
Why?
Defamation. You can sue for anything. What's going to actually stick? I don't know, but tough. Back to the story. He
But
wanted.
if she doesn't say his name, she's just saying a state. I just don't understand.
Back to the story. He wanted to fly her out for a complimentary titty upgrade. We found out because his wife found her sad little influencer IG page, tracked her down, and showed up to the family home, which would be her father's house because she still lives there. There is so much more to say
She is a fucking tornado.
that I think I'm going to have to split it into 2 updates because my fingers are legit going numb. I really wanted to get that off my chest. I know you might be wanting to know the specifics, like, so where did all the money go after all? How did the wife find out and what happened when she showed up? That's an update in itself. How is my brother handling this? Besides, of course, leaving her dusty ass. What did sister-in-law have to say for herself? I promise I will be back to finish this horror story. Okay, friends, as promised, here is that last update that OP emailed me. Obviously, Lauren's not here, so it's just me reading. It's gonna feel so strange. So, Juliet Pepperwood says, update 7, the missing 7K. All right, friends, if you're still here with me on this wild ride, it's time to spill some of the final tea in this crazy kettle. I want to start with the details of sister-in-law's illicit affair with the plastic surgeon. Much of the detail was provided to me by my brother. When he ended the engagement, he asked sister-in-law to give him the whole truth. After all, it's the least she could do. She fessed up, and my brother has given me permission to share. Here's what happened. The wife learned about the affair thanks to a pair of Tiffany diamond earrings, which apparently went missing from her jewelry collection. At some point, she goes down to the hospital to bring her husband lunch and sees a female patient wearing the exact pair of earrings she's lost. And you guessed it, that patient was our beloved bride. Now, I don't know the timeline on when she noticed these earrings went missing, but I do know that she saw my sister-in-law wearing the earrings at the hospital while getting a consultation for her free melon job. This would have been long before the bachelorette trip, most likely on one of their earlier visits, while sister-in-law was flying out of town to see him. The wife at some point brings this up to her husband, the surgeon, who probably plays it off as a coincidence. In her confession to my brother, sister-in-law admitted to stealing the wife's earrings during one of their visits. The surgeon demanded them back after realizing the wife spotted sister-in-law wearing them that day. Problem is, sister-in-law doesn't have the earrings anymore. She claims she lost them. She asked the surgeon how much the earrings cost and swore she would make amends by sending him the money. He reveals they are from Tiffany's and cost about $7,500. And there you have it. The mystery of the 7K is solved. When sister-in-law's father offered to cover the cost of the Airbnb, she probably saw a golden opportunity to snag almost the full amount of money she needed to cover the earrings. She did admit to my brother that she sent her dad's money to the surgeon after he paid for the Airbnb. And to be honest, I don't know who's crazier, sister-in-law for stealing the earrings or the surgeon for continuing to have an affair with someone who literally stole from his wife. Anyways, back to the story. So I'll never know if the surgeon gifted his wife a pair of new diamond sparkles or not, but I do know that she didn't let her suspicion go. I don't know for sure if the earrings were the giveaway or if she found out later. She ended up getting sister-in-law's name somehow and looking her up on social media. How she ended up at the family home, I'll probably never know, but I'm sure anyone with a name and a mission can find an address online. I'm not at liberty to share the details of the confrontation between sister-in-law and the wife. This update ends here, but I'll be back with at least one more for you soon.
Wow. That was crazy. Okay, it just went on to the next video, so just understand that was it. That's it. That is it. That's all. That's it. There's nothing else after that. There's nothing else. I don't know what else there could be. You know, is there anything else? Oh my gosh, guys. OP's the fucking GOAT. OP is the GOAT for staying with us. Jesus. Oh my goodness. That was insanity. I forgot about the last part, guys. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Like I've been like trying, like I read over it like a week and a half ago, and I like purposefully did not read it so I could read and react with you guys, you know what I'm saying? But man, the way I fucking forgot about the Tiffany earrings and her stealing them, y'all, I was shook. I forgot. Oh my gosh. Honey, you should have been delighting the whole time. Oh my gosh. I bet you're so right. I'm about to go find it. And if you're part of my Discord channel, join the Discord. Let a bitch know. Let's take a moment after that. Okay, can we just take a fucking moment? Because that shit was insane. I felt so beautiful in this picture. Just gorgeous. Oh man, my titties were everywhere in this. It was a Lord of the Rings themed wedding. I don't have good pictures because I suck. Y'all wanna, here, I found it. Hold on. Hold on. Let me pull up my shit. Y'all don't make fun of me, okay? Do not make fun of me. You know what? Do it. Just do it. You know, just be kind to me, okay? Just be kind to me. Like, man, look at this. This is what I was trying to tell y'all. I was trying to see if I could find another one, but they had we had a lot of fun. It was loads and loads of fun. It was like Lord of the Rings themed, and she was like a giant princess, and like she's got like a heavily tattooed. Look at me, I'm the one in the stripy pants. And this is the person who did our makeup, and she charged us $40. This is her. These are the girls. These are the dresses. And we all got to choose what we felt comfy in. And this is me really drunk at the end of the night. But I still got that makeup on, you know? I still got that makeup on. Do not make fun of me. And if you are going to make fun of me, be kind, okay? But I think I looked really nice. I do. Thanks. Yes, it was a lovely time. Unfortunately, I'm not friends with that person anymore, but it's okay. All right. So that long ass story, right? I said that there was one more. Y'all ready for the next one? Who wants to hear it? I want to hear a let's keep going in the chat. Come on, come on. Humor me. Yay. Amazing. I'm so happy to see y'all. All right. And now the next one. It's only about 10-15. Oh, yeah, I think we can do a few more stories after this one. But all right, in this set, when y'all were doing the votes, this is the one that's left. This story is crazy as fuck. So get ready for hey. So get ready. Okay, get ready. Re-up if you must. The great vast emptiness, the professors would say. The vast empty. Or if we're quoting Holes, can you hear the empty space? Fill that shit up. Anyway. All right, let's keep going. Because y'all asked so nicely. All right. Am I the asshole for buying my sister's dream house? My 27 female wife, 30 female, and I recently closed on our dream house, and it has the family torn. Years ago, my grandparents owned the family home, but when they passed away unexpectedly with a lot of medical debt and expenses, our family had to sell their house. It was heartbreaking and sad, and I decided as a small child, teeny tiny child, that one day I would buy the house back. I shared those dreams with my sister. I met my wife when I was 18. Also in the chat, sound off, I'll be watching. Did you have a promise that you made with your sister or like your sibling or something like that? Me and my big sister promised that if one of us made it big and bought a Lamborghini, that we would buy the other one the Lamborghini of their choice. My sister said she wanted a Lamborghini Diablo, and I said I wanted the what did I say? It starts with a C. No, it was an M, a Murcielago or something. Yeah, so one day, big sis, I'm gonna get you. Anyway, I met my wife when I was 18 and she was 21. Her parents. Oh, I met my wife. OP's a gay. OP's a lesbian. Oh my God, it's getting rainbow in here. Okay. I met my wife when I was 18 and she was 21. Her parents owned a small rental that they allowed her to live in rent-free, just paying for the expenses. She invited me to live with her a year into our relationship. You Holland. Yeah, you know what? It's a year. A year. It would have been like weeks. Anyway, she invited me to live with her a year into our relationship, and we got married a year after that. I told her my dream of owning my grandparents' house, and she fully supported me. We began putting large amounts of money back for a down payment in the hopes that the house wouldn't go on the market before we could afford it. Because we didn't pay rent. Ooh, nice. Oh, jeez, I wish. And both had good jobs for our ages and the economy we lived in. We were able to put back a very, very large sum of money. My in-laws also offered us a sum of $75,000 for the. I need a nap. I wish somebody would give me 75 fucking $1,000. Anyway, and in total, we put back $185,000. About 20 years after my grandparents passed away, the house finally went back on the market at a massive price. Right? Do they got an uncle? Do y'all need one? Do y'all need a best friend? Hey, I'll be your friend.
Another wife?
Huh?
They need another wife?
Y'all need another wife? Anyway, I've been given permission. Anyway, the house itself is huge with 6 bedrooms, a large lakefront estate, and several features, including a pool and small guest house. We knew that this house would have a huge price tag, and we skimped and budgeted for 9 years to afford this house. My sister was also house shopping at this time, but with a much smaller budget. Her and her husband have children, student debt, and rented for the past several years, and were not able to put back money in the same way that my wife and I were. When our grandparents' house went on the market, I sent the link to my sister and said that we were finally getting our grandparents' home back in the family. And she was very excited and said as much, and that was that. My wife and I moved forward, visiting with the owners, the real estate agents, having it inspected, and made an offer. They accepted, and we were absolutely over the moon. Throughout this whole process, my sister kept saying how excited she was to have the house back in the family and how nice it will be for her children to know this house and grow up in it like I did. Our parents' house was the location of every birthday, holiday, gathering, and reunion, and my wife and I planned on making it that way again, which is why what my sister said did not raise any red flags. Weird that she'd phrase it that way, but not concerning. My family in-laws don't even, right, we're no contact with ours. Shit. And my mom, I be supporting my mom. Anyway, so we had a barbecue at my parents' house to celebrate the final closing of our house. During the dinner, my mother-in-law offered to kennel our dogs while we were in the stages of moving and to keep things easier and them safe. And that was when my sister piped up. She asked why our dogs needed to be watched when the real issue was her kids. My wife asked what she meant, and she said that her kids will need more supervision than our dogs, and that she was confused as to why we'd be so busy that our dogs needed watching. I told her that I was the one confused. Bitch, listen, I'm confused. You hear me? Like, did you see my face? My barely visible eyebrows were like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I told her I was the one confused. I didn't know she was helping us move, and that if her kids couldn't reliably be left to their own devices, then she absolutely did not need to help us pack. My sister proceeded to ask why my wife and I would be packing, and I told her the obvious, that we just closed on a house. Right? And for length reasons, I'll leave out a lot of the back and forth, but she said my sister had it in her head that we were buying the house to either A, rent to own it out to her family, or B, transfer the title to her name and have her pay us back in time. Yes, that is literally what she was thinking, despite us never discussing anything like that once. When I told her that was not happening, my sister threw a fit. She was pissed because this was her dream too, and that it wasn't fair that only one of us could live it. I mean, realistically, right? Like, it is my dream or it's like a childish dream that my sister and I made, but realistically, how could they have done that? You know what I'm saying? Like, if I could buy my sister a car. You know what I'm saying? That's easy. I mean, I don't know. But anyway, if y'all both wanted to buy the house, only one of you could, unless y'all did it together. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't understand that logic, I guess. I'm confused by her logic, I guess. And I think that's the point, because her logic is bunk. Anyway. And then, and that it wasn't fair, only one of us could live it, that since she had children, they deserved to grow up in the family home, and what did my wife and I even need all that space for? Bitch, who are you talking to like that? What you mean? I need the space because I need the space. My wife told her that it isn't the family home anymore. It wasn't left in a will. We purchased it and now it is our home. And that's right, wife. That's right, wife. Okay. And we decide what we will do with it. My sister told my wife to shut up and that she had no say in this family discussion.
Damn.
I informed my sister that if she spoke to my wife like that again, that we would not have any kind of contact with her. Hey, okay.
Love supportive wives.
We love supportive wives. That she doesn't get to assume we're giving her a house and then throw a hissy fit when she's put in her fucking place. And then we left. And then everybody clapped. No, I'm kidding. But like, but they did though. Hell yeah, OP. Don't talk to my fucking wife like that. What the fuck? You crazy, bitch. Anyway. My in-laws spoke to us on the matter a few times, but all told us we were in the right and that my sister was very out of line. I assumed everyone would agree, but if they did, I wouldn't be on this thread. Oh, I got texts and voicemails from my parents saying that we were out of line, threatening my sister. They told me that they were disappointed in me for taking my sister's dream for her and that I don't have kids, so I can't understand her want to provide them with a good home and childhood like she had. That it's only fair that we set up a way to give her the house.
Why?
And that we could afford to find something else? What are you talking about? I just saved for 9 years $200,000 to buy this fucking house. Bro, what? Even my distant relatives, I don't care what the fuck your distant relatives got to say. Why didn't they give her $200,000 to buy the fucking house then, right? Why didn't anybody? Because times is hard. It's hard to fucking do that. Y'all couldn't even buy your own parents' house back. Like, that is a goal of mine. I want to buy the house that my family built. But also, that place is low-key a piece of shit because the foundation is jacked. Anyway, so never mind. But still, I get it. Like, that's crazy. Crazy. All right, so okay, it says, it was cruel of us to take that from her. I'm honestly shocked and taken aback, and I've seen stories similar to this on Reddit, entitled people thinking they should get their relatives' houses, but I never expected to live it. This feels surreal, and I hate that we're starting this new chapter on such a sour note. I'm sorry, OP. Am I the asshole for buying my sister's dream house? Wow, this blew up. Yes, the house is big and expensive and it's severely outdated, which is why the size and features don't exactly match the price in today's housing market. Like, I don't think any owners after my grandparents renovated a single thing. Also, I am a woman. Oh, I guess people thought, I was like, yes. Like, yes, like, I know, like, and then it occurred to me that people must have been assuming that she was a guy. Well, y'all are hilarious. Anyway, right. That sister is not very Demi.
What?
Have you heard that demure shit?
Did I show that to you? You looked at me like I was crazy.
Yeah, I sure did, because I did not understand, but now I do. Goodness gracious. Right.
So I don't assume my sister's buying me a house. Very mindful of me. Very self-aware.
Anyway, here's an update. So I can't read and respond to all of these comments, but thank you. Oh my gosh, whenever posts blow up like that, I've tried. I have like one post that got almost like 5 million views or something. And I tried so hard to keep up with the comments, but there's tens of thousands of comments on there. There's no way. And I understand why celebrities don't answer. Anyway, I can't read and respond to all of y'all, but I will continue to update. I will add a bit more since the barbecue. I haven't responded to any messages, but my family. I haven't responded to any messages my family left. I honestly don't think that this was that big of a deal, but after scrolling through the comments for a while with my wife, we're both taking this much more seriously. A security system isn't an option at this moment. The house needs too much work at this moment to have cameras and such set up. They'd be in the way if everything else being done. We'd have to have them removed for several of the things we need done, and we don't even have internet access at the property at this moment. I'll be scheduling meetings with some companies to start coming out and working on the property before we get to the cosmetics. However, we do have, y'all ain't doing it yourselves? Disgrace. No, I'm kidding. I'm just joking. However, we do have someone coming out to change the locks on Thursday, and we won't be moving into the house for a bit since it needs so much work, but before we're comfortable. I've had a few people suggest the story is fake because the piece of the house doesn't match the features. The house needs a lot of work. It hasn't been updated or worked on in years, but the price reflects that. Also, we're lucky to live in a state where property values haven't skyrocketed too bad. I've posted a full update. It's on a separate post. Okay. This account has been suspended. Dang. I bet you it's on one of those TikTok Reddit readers. But if I do find it, I'll I don't know. Anyway, all right, cool. Well, there's that. What the fuck? That shit was crazy. All right, guys. Now it's voting time again. Huzzah! Let's be ready to vote. Yeah. So I need a kiss, a baby, or another house. A kiss, a baby, or another house. Oh, my bad. I was a little behind. So, if you haven't re-upped already, like I unfortunately haven't been re-upped, and usually Slap is so much better at re-upping his wife than he is presently right now. She says very pointedly. Anyway, am I the asshole for informing my parents that my 21 female best friend kicked me out of our apartment because his girlfriend, 21 female, asked him to? Sorry, bit confusing title, but this is still fresh and I'm dealing with things. Okay, I'm just using this to get this off my chest mainly, but if I can get some validation too, then that'd be good. Okay, let's validate. Let's keep going. So I, 21 female, have been friends with 21 male, Mike, fake name, for 16 years. We became friends officially in kindergarten, but ooh, sorry, guys. Maybe if I had a drink, I wouldn't be dying over here. We became friends officially in kindergarten, but our parents were college friends. I honestly can't even call him a best friend. He's like a sibling, and in a way that we were raised as siblings. Group family holidays, sleepover, family vacations on both sides. At one point, we even all lived together for a year. This is like that one, what's that movie called? Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, or like all those 80s movies when all the neighbors would get together and they would do elaborate vacations together. Is that just like I'm gonna say it. Okay, I'm gonna say it. Is this a white people thing?
Yes.
Is it because like even, and also is it a white people thing to have big ass houses like Home Alone, Mrs. Doubtfire, all them shits? Okay. All I'm saying, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, they were all going on vacation together. That dude was like doing a RV or something, and he had like a weird hook in his hat. That's all I remember about that movie, and the scary ass spider. No, the ant, because I'm terrified of, creepy crawlies. Anyway, I'm saying this because I know someone will ask. No, there's no crushes or feelings. Cake just scratched me on either side at all. We haven't kissed, confessed feelings, or had crushes. It's been strictly sibling-like, and I'm saying that now because what Mike's girlfriend has been saying. Me and Mike share an apartment together near campus as we both attend college together. Around 7 months ago, Mike met his girlfriend, 21 female, April, fake name. Now, I thought we got along okay, but I've only met her a couple times because she has anxiety. But I had no problem with her at all until recently, besides some minor things. Sometimes she would interject when Mike would call me a sister. It wasn't always, but normally, well, technically, you aren't siblings, which is 100% true, but it's how we viewed each other since we were kids. Boo this person. Wow! Boo. Boo that person. That girlfriend. Boo the girlfriend, because she says when Mike would call me his sister, it wasn't always, but normally she would say something like, well, technically you aren't siblings, which is 100% true, but it's how we viewed each other since we were kids. And also, if you think she wants to fuck him so bad, then why wouldn't you want her to say that that's the sister? Like, you're giving us mixed signals, you sleepy bitch. Anyway, so almost a month ago, my class got canceled. So I came home early. I walk in and right on the couch is Mike, and they going. So I scream, run to my room, and frantically yell. I frantically yell at him through text, and he apologized and said that he thought I would be gone longer, and I made him clean the couch. Wow. In the open, in the community spaces. Gross. Ugh, that's so nasty. In the community spaces. No, April, for some reason, got upset and felt that her words, I did that on purpose, despite it never happening before, and that it was inappropriate of me to walk in on them. Again, this is in the living room. Absolutely disgusting, in my opinion, but I moved on because it's not a big deal. Embarrassing, but nothing crazy. Anyway, Mike has been really stressed lately because April has been asking him to distance himself from me. I thought she was just embarrassed, which I'd understand, so I tried being friendly and apologized. Well, this last weekend, Mike sat me down and basically said that I had to move out. Are you on the lease? I had to move out because his girlfriend was upset with me living with him. I was floored. I got so upset. I don't think I've yelled and cried that much in my life. The basics, as he doesn't want me to go, but he's being pressured from his girlfriend and he really loves her. What? So he wants to make her happy. He thinks that this shouldn't change our friendship and that he's just putting some distance between us. See, if he had asked me to move out, I'd understand, okay? Maybe you want to take your relationship to the next level, okay? But it was a demand. Not only that, he wanted to put space between our relationship. What is this, a fucking anime? Why did you just repeat yourself? Anyway, it was so fucking hurtful. I've known him for 16 years, and that's it? I'm gone for someone he's known for 7 months? 7 months? Does she have the promised land between her legs? Because what the fuck? I said he was choosing a short relationship over his sister and that I don't want him to contact me if he's going to be like that. He said I was overreacting, but I called my parents and got them to pick me up. Literally. Thank goodness they don't live that far away. But like, what if they did? What did he expect me to fucking do? Sleep outside or something? Anyway, I obviously had to tell my parents what was going on, given they had to come get me and I was an emotional mess. I told them everything, which caused an argument when they went to go get my things the next day. What? They called Mike's parents and chewed them out a little. And from my understanding, they called Mike and did the same. Mike messaged me to say that he was upset I couldn't be civil and that he feel like I'm and that he feels like I'm throwing away my friendship. I blocked him shortly after. Thank you, because oh my goodness, I was like, he what? I couldn't be civil. Hold up. So he told you to leave, demanded that you leave, and then he said that you had to call your parents to get you, otherwise you'd be sleeping outside. And what? Your parents picked you up. They got mad at him. They told his parents that they've been best friends with since college. What is this dude thinking about? That he must have lost his virginity to her. He must have lost his virginity to her, because there's no way to be acting like this over a 7-month-old relationship and some pussy. Okay, this is crazy. Right. Where the girlfriends stay. Man, fuck you mean. Like, that's crazy. Anyway, so I've taken some time off classes, but I'm so fucking hurt and upset. It hurts that he could just throw me away so easily, and I don't think I did anything wrong telling my parents. Like, I still just can't even get over, like, like, I had to, what, I don't think I did anything wrong by telling my parents, but I think it might have crossed a line when they phoned Mike's parents. Man, hell nah, because a real friend, if y'all need to hear me, I'm saying this, sometimes your real friends need to say some real shit to you, okay? So I think they're real friends for being open and honest about it. You know what I'm saying? But like we can have it. We can have it out, and then we can keep going. But nah, bro, that shit crazy. Anyway, his parents have been really kind and apologetic. It messed up their friendship. And I feel like I made this a bigger mess. Child, no. Sorry if it's a bit chaotic. I'm on phone and I'm still a bit emotional. Also, I know I didn't have to leave. Me and Mike both pay an equal amount of rent for the apartment, but I didn't want to stay in a place that I wasn't wanted, and you shouldn't. And you shouldn't. And you shouldn't. You hear me? Did you hear me? Okay. It would have just made it difficult, and worst case scenario, he'd leave, which would put a financial strain on me. Too long didn't read. I walked in on my friend and his girlfriend having sex, and his girlfriend in the living room. And she thinks I did it on purpose. Now my friend asked me to move out. So I told his parents, who told his parents. He's mad at me. All right. Edit. I read you all loud and clear. Thank you for waking my ass up. I've talked to my landlord, and she said that she was uncomfortable with April moving in because she doesn't know her. Ooh, so it's like a what? So it's like a like mom and pop like rental situation, and he's just having her live there. Bro, nah, get her the fuck out of your house, bro. Anyway, so she doesn't like that, so I understood, so I'm moving my ass back tomorrow. I unblocked Mike and informed him. I explained that until our landlord says otherwise, I'm staying. Either he can leave and get a new place and keep paying the rent, or we can end our agreement together, and if our landlord agrees, then they can start one. He replied, okay, we can talk about it. Thank you all so much for getting me up and going. I really had no idea how serious the situation could be until you all let me know how stupid I was being. I don't care if it's uncomfortable. I'm not wasting my money. Ooh. Is there an update? Is there an update to this? There's an update. Okay. Am I the asshole for blah, 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 blah? Okay. Thank you. Let's keep going. Thank you all for the amazing advice. I was hesitant. Yes, 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 yes. I came back to the apartment yesterday morning. I let Mike know beforehand and asked if April not be there so we could talk alone. Mike was quite emotional and apologetic, which surprised me a little. I found out a bit more information that makes a bit more sense now. Mike has been under a lot of pressure for a while now to drop me. He thought that me moving out and distancing himself would be enough to appease April while keeping our friendship. Obviously, he didn't expect me to take it the way I did. Although, okay. Although, what other way would I take it? Right. Oh, my life. I was literally like, what? Yeah. I mean, yeah, he didn't specifically, you feel me, say, pack your shit and leave now, but saying you need to leave and saying that he wanted distance over our 16-year relationship out of nowhere makes me feel like I couldn't have just gone to bed normally, you know? Yeah. I've read everyone's comments so many times, I've drilled it into my head. So as much as it hurts, I'm keeping my distance from him at the moment. The fact that he never once told me about April wanting him to not talk to me, and he didn't even consider my circumstances before asking me to leave. Again, where else would I go? It's not a definite end of our friendship, but I'm not feeling pretty positive. Anyway, he's apologized. He said that he missed me while he was gone and that he knew he fucked up after he told me to leave, but that he just wanted to make her happy since he could see a future with her. It's been 7 months. Slap a new within a month. Never mind. Anyway, April has lost her shit, to put it mildly, and she threw up a storm in the lobby of our apartment last night. Mike refused to let her in, which understandably made her lose her shit even more. Tons of colorful words thrown about on both ends. I'm a homewrecker. Why are you in the argument? Like, y'all fighting. Why y'all bring me into... Like, I know that she's angry about her, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just like, y'all are fighting in the moment, right? Y'all, why you bring me... Why you calling me a homewrecker? I'm outside, bro. Anyway, actually, I'm inside, bitch. You outside. No. Cause I'm on the outside and I'm looking in. Oh man, I can see through. See your true color. Inside you're ugly. Anyway, UGLY, you ain't got no hell. But anyway, okay. And then, anyway, she's not allowed to be in our apartment now, at least until he decides on their relationship. Mike has been pretty upset today. He wants space from April because he said that he wants to end the relationship. Very surprising. But you just said you could see a future with her. Pussy. Oh. I'm telling you, that's the only reason he's freaking out this way. He has to have lost his virginity to her. Anyway. Yes. Right. Woo. Hey, butt stuff's back. Hey. Yeah, I bet he could see his cooch. I could see clearly now the rain is gone. Anyway, Mike has been pretty upset all day. I can see all obstacles in my way. Sorry. Mike has been pretty upset today. He wants space from April, because he wants to end the relationship. Very surprising, but I'm cautiously optimistic since I'm not sure how willing he'll be. When we've had a bit of a heart-to-heart Regardless of how upset and hurt I am, he's my brother. I'm trying to be a bitch like I wanted to when I moved back in, but it's so fucking hard when he's all mopey and sad. Aw. I mean, not aw, but like it's kind of funny though. And then I told him that if he continues seeing her, I'm putting some distance between us respectfully to avoid this happening again. And he said he doesn't want that. Make up your fucking mind, Mike. Fucking Mike. Mike. Y'all say it, Mike, in the chat. Mike, man, yes, he's a Jerry. Yes, put him a Jerry. He's a Jerry Mike. He's a Mike Jerry. He's a Jike. He's a Mary. Oh, he's a Mary. Anyway, Emma. Oh my gosh. Oh, that story was insanity. Oh my gosh. Okay, I talked with my landlord, and before moving, Cynthia. Okay. I talked with my landlord before moving back. She didn't want April moving in as she doesn't know her. She was a bit upset that the situation was happening because she didn't want drama bombs in her house. I've moved back and I've discussed the lease with Mike. We renew in September, or that was the plan. So now we're deciding on how to go ahead. I feel like it'll be best for me to get my own place. Maybe this was long overdue, to be honest. Although Mike is saying that he wants us to continue being roommates next year. So we're discussing at this moment. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about all of that. Would y'all move back in? Would y'all sign another agreement?
I'm done with that bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I would do it. Emma. I'm sick of y'all. There's more drama than talent. Yeah. Yes. He's going to do the same with the next girlfriend. As soon as he gets a little of that boom, boom, he going to be back to that old bullshit. All right. I'm sorry. I like how I apologize to my cat and she's the one who ran into me. It's not really a super dramatic update, but at least the leasing issue has been solved. I'm not being kicked out or leaving until our lease is done. April isn't coming over for the foreseeable future. Only issue right now is my relationship with Mike. It's very awkward in the apartment. You can tell something's changed. He's been trying to be friendly like we were before all of this, and he's apologized a lot, which I appreciate, but I'm finding it a bit difficult to move on and go back to normal. I'm not being a bitch or mean, just slightly distant. Anyway, that's the update. It's only going to get worse. Hold on, let me finish. Anyway, that's the update. I really want to thank you all again for making me realize how serious this could be. And I honestly had no idea that you couldn't just switch who was renting, which is so embarrassing. No, you're young. If you don't know, you don't know. Now you know. Be proud of that, you know? I never understand people who like there's differences, okay? Like when it comes to like finances, when it comes to real estate, stuff like that, we are not experts. You know what I'm saying? Like they purposefully hide that information, make it hard to get that information. So I don't understand people who want to be mean to that because like, why do they make shit hard to read? Like legalese, understanding laws. Why do they make that shit hard to read? Don't make fun of people just because they don't know how. Uncles teaching the cousins how to play spades. Just teach us the fuck how. I was lucky I had an uncle who did. Anyway. Also to that one woman in my DMs, what the fuck? Who and comments spam messaging me, you are insane. I don't know who hurt you, but get a life. This is not that serious. Wow. Okay. And that's the end. What the fuck? That was crazy. I don't understand. I don't understand. Like he wasn't cheating. Mm-hmm. But he thought he could deprioritize one. Right. Like you can do both. Both is good. Yes. Mm. Mm. Oh, there's an update on the Dream House Instagram. Okay. All right. Give me a moment. Apparently there's an update to the house story. This is the story of a girl who cried a river and drowned the whole world. When she looks so sad in photographs, I absolutely love her when she smiles. What? Oops, I'm in the wrong account. Let me see if I can. Oh no! Here. My Instagram isn't logged in on my computer. I have all my work logged in, like Instagrams. Let me get on to this one. And I'll send this. All right. Okay, so we have another update. Another update to the story called Oh my gosh, I'm terrible at functioning my own computer. Put that back. All right. Okay, so the OP comes back and says, if you're reading this, it means that you've already read my original post. Thank you to everyone for being so supportive. Yes, yes, yes. To those suggesting getting a security system in place, we are going to do that, but the house is not in a place where a security system can be installed for the time being. We're looking into getting some battery-powered trail cameras as suggested by one Redditor. I can't find your comment in the sea anymore, but you know who you are. Sorry. We don't have to worry about internet access and they won't be in the way of renovations. We are restoring the house back to its original glory, pre-carpeted bathrooms and mismatched wallpaper. Aw, that sounds absolutely charming. I fucking hate what millennials are doing by gutting houses. They buy the most beautiful houses and then just rip spiral staircases, mahogany floors, like they just rip it all out. Rip it all out. And put millennial gray and pictures of longhorns if you're a Texan. Anyway, my brother's house. Anyway, we are restoring it back with all the mismatched paper and everything else. Besides fixing broken shit and upgrading old appliances, we'll be having the floors redone, paint, wallpaper, new windows, and opening up some walls that shouldn't be there. For the next 2 weeks, my wife and I will be meeting with people coming out to work on electricity, plumbing, and a few other things, and we do have a consultation with a home security company. Along with cameras, we're looking into getting alarms and door codes and set up an access gate around the property. One of those that needs either a passcode or to be let in by someone in the house. We've already made an appointment to have the locks changed, and I was trying to understand that. So one of us needs to either have a passcode or to be let in by someone in the house. I guess it's no different than if you like buzz someone up, like you know, like they in movies when you're there in New York and they just like, hey, I'm coming up, and then they buzz them. Oh, Seinfeld. That I knew I was thinking about something. Anyway, so we've already made an appointment to have The locks changed and aren't concerned about my family trying to squat there. My in-laws have allowed us to park their camper on the property while work is being done. Excuse me. Not only for peace of mind, but to avoid commuting back and forth multiple times daily. Now for the actual update. I was hesitant to post this update because it's so soon after my original post, but I guess enough has happened for it to be useful information. The events of the barbecue took place last week, but I only got around to writing it all out yesterday. Remember, at the barbecue, that's when it came out that the sister thought that the house was for her. I sent a message to my parents and siblings yesterday evening asking to meet up to talk things through and try and figure out what's wrong and what exactly is happening. Earlier today, my wife and I met my parents and had my brother's family at his house before my sister arrived. I let them know that if they tried to interrupt or control the conversation, that we would leave. I told them that I never once even suggested that my sister would be allowed to rent out the house or buy it from us. That you didn't know where she got that. That I didn't know where she got that idea from. And showed them the text strings where I first sent her the listing and every conversation where I updated her on the progress. My mom asked to see the rest of the conversations about the house, and I told her that there were none. She informed me that my sister had told them all that we had made an agreement that my wife and I would purchase it and then rent it out to my wife's family until they'd paid enough to buy it. What? I'm so confused. So she said, and then rent it out to my wife's family until they'd paid enough to buy it. That we would live, I don't know anybody. That we would live in the guest house and that they'd get the main house. She told them that we had went back on our deal and had absolutely shattered her dreams of raising her kids in the house she grew up in. Oh, let me try again. She informed me that my sister told them and that I would purchase it and then rent it out to my sister's family. Oh, okay. Oh, so like a rent to buy, which is what they were talking about earlier. Okay, my bad. Okay, I got the mad dumbs. And then we gave our side and said it wasn't even difficult at all. We gave our side and it wasn't difficult at all to convince my parents that we were telling the truth. With the lack of evidence on my sister's part and absolutely no legal documentation, my parents didn't even attempt to try and back up what she told them. My parents were very apologetic and let us know that they never would have said those things to us had they known the truth and that they supported us 100%. Okay, but can we talk about how y'all took to her side though first? Like so quickly, can we talk about that? Quickly, can we talk about that? What the fuck? What? I guess. I guess. Stares and fry eyes, like, like that gif, like, Anyway, my brother was support us. My brother was supportive of us as well, but he was never one of the people harassing us over this, so his reaction is less important. Around then, my sister and her husband showed up. My brother-in-law is a doormat. Oh, a fucking Jerry. Oh, we already knew that though. And will give my sister whatever she wants, so I wasn't expecting much from him. I asked her to produce any of the necessary evidence to prove that I told her that we'd rent the house out to her, that her lie was ill conceived, and that she better have a good explanation. She attempted to suggest that I had deleted the conversation, but when she couldn't produce said messages, either her story fell apart. Like, I was about to say, like, well, show them your phone then if they're so fake. She started crying and saying it wasn't fair that we got everything handed to us. They saved for 9 years. What the, and that we didn't need a house this big, and we were rubbing our wealth in her face. So, to my understanding, she thought she could trick everyone into bullying us into renting our house out to her. I guess like some kind of fucked in the head Scooby Doo villain. Instead of But instead of using ghosts to scare us away, she's using a fake rental agreement that she didn't even attempt to make look or sound legit. I hope your sister's pretty, because that's all she's got going for her. We let her know that she had a lot of apologizing to do before we'd consider having a relationship with her moving forward, and that she shouldn't be welcome in our home for a long time. Sorry, wouldn't be welcome. Anyway, at the moment of our relationship with my parents is rocky at best. For obvious reasons, they let us know that they're here to support us if we need moving assistance or help with renovations, but it'll take some good hard thinking to decide if we're okay with that. I was about to say, like, what do y'all think? I want to see what y'all think in there, because would you like make them help you fit? Listen, this is my brain. This is Franny brain. Okay, come with me. I would make them help me fix it, and then when we were done, I would not let them come over. I would not. Like, for maybe a year. That, like, I would be that bitch. I would. Anyway. Hold on. Okay. We will not be giving anyone in my family a spare key, but my wife's parents will receive one for emergencies. I like wife's family. The house won't be in a state to host guests for a bit, so we are choosing to cross the can my family be trusted at our home bridge when we come to it. To answer some common questions I've noticed in the comments, my sister obviously has some screws loose, but my parents don't really cuddle her. Okay. She's what you can consider the golden child. So which one is it, OP? Is she the golden child, or do they not coddle her? Because both. Both is not good. Anyway. And the baby. But I'm the baby. Listen, I'm the baby and the golden child. I'm not a piece of shit like this, okay? Like, let's just be honest. Anyway, but honestly, most of her antics up to this moment were just one-upping achievements during childhood or seeking more attention from our parents. She's dramatic, entitled, and a little selfish, but has never displayed this level of crazy before. Yes, we will get a security system, but not for a bit. No, my family will not be trusted with a key. Yes, I am a woman. I know it's crazy how two women can be married. My wife and I do not have kids and will not have them in the future. My sister has done some odd things, but nothing as absolutely absurd as this. We will be meeting with an estate planner to put everything into writing. We plan on leaving the property to my sister-in-law and her kids. We plan on leaving the property to my sister-in-law and her kids with my mother-in-law as the executor of our estate for the time being. My sister and her family. Oh, I get it. Sorry. I was like, did somebody die? Like, But y'all are talking about the future. Anyway, sorry. So my sister and her family rent a small house in town. They aren't struggling per se. They are each college educated with good jobs, but children are expensive. And then adding in student debt and 2000 a month in rent, and you aren't exactly living it up. Also, like cost of living, guys, like I'm making the most money I've ever had in my life, and I still feel like I'm a 20-year-old dumb kid who doesn't know how to handle money. I just can't afford life. You know what I mean? And I don't even make that much. It's crazy. Also, there's a surprising amount of money. I'm sorry. I keep talking about money because I'm upset. Because, like, how could you do this? Like, it's just so frustrating to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. It's just really frustrating to me because, like, the OP scrimped and saved. Okay. I am a wife. I have kids. You know what I'm saying? I made a lot of bad choices in my youth, stupid shit like that. But she wasn't even trying to buy the house. Like the OP stood 10 toes down. You know what I'm saying? Like I just don't understand. Like, but she's a golden child, dumb bitch. But I guess I digress. Anyway, I'm sorry. I just had to talk about that a little bit. Anyway, also there's a surprising amount of people mad at my wife and I for being rich. We're not wealthy. My in-laws are comfortable and are generous enough to allow us to occupy their rental at no charge. They bought a new house decades ago and just didn't sell their previous one.
So they're
Can people do that? Like, we can't even own two cars at the same time right now. You know what I'm saying? Like we have one car and we're gonna pay off that car and then we're gonna buy another one. But people have multiple car notes. People have multiple houses. That shit's crazy. Anyway, I'm sorry. I know it's true. I know it's true. I know. Like, what do you think landlords are, right? But it's just so mind-boggling to like think about. I'm sorry. Anyway, they bought a new house decades ago and just didn't sell their previous one, so they allowed my wife to live there. The down payment, my gosh, I wish. The down payment was my wife's college fund from years ago. Her parents put money in it when she decided to go into a trade. They kept the money and saved it specifically for the purpose of a down payment. When we told them that the house was up for sale finally, they offered the college fund they had kept for her. Oh, interesting. But why were they holding on to that money for you for so long? I guess if they didn't need to touch it. You know what I mean? Okay. We worked good paying jobs and we were able to save so much because we didn't have to pay $2,000 a month for housing. We did skimp and save and we did damn well earn it. We lived below our means and spent years forgoing any kind of luxuries to afford something that we wanted. See, that's what I'm saying. It's like she's wrong for that. So yeah, not as drama-filled as a lot of people were expecting or hoping. I don't see this as the end of it at all, but for the time being, my wife and I are focusing on dealing with our new house and not my sister. She's blocked on both our phones as of this morning, and I'm not sure when I plan on unblocking her. Edited to add some more information, we are leaving the house to my sister-in-law and her kids because my sister is the only close family member on my side with children. Neither I nor my brother have kids. I have cousins with children, but we are not close. Not nearly as close as we are to my sister-in-law and her children. We're not leaving it to my brother because he's in the same generation as us, and hopefully we won't precede him in passing by decades like we most likely will my sister-in-law's kids. A lot of people were upset or confused by this because I wanted the house back in the family. My wife's relatives are my family too. Our relationship with my parent. That's another thing that even I didn't even think about. Like, yeah, they're child free, but the wife has a family. You know what I'm saying? Like, Like, I didn't even think about that. Dang. Okay. Our relationship with my parents is rocky. Just they keep repeating themselves, and I keep trying to stop and read ahead because I don't want to reread the same thing over and over and over again. Anyway, our relationship with my parents is rocky at the moment because despite the fact they apologize and support us, they still took my sister's side immediately with zero evidence to her claims. That I figured that, and like, I hate that for the OP because they said that she's not coddled, she's just a golden child. Yes, that's the same thing that like this you know what I mean? Like, um, I figured that I figured that was obvious, but a surprising amount of people are saying that they don't deserve that. Okay. I do plan on posting pictures and renovation updates of the house, but not for a bit because the sale is so recent. It's still floating around on some of the real estate websites and apps. And since the address is on those listings, it's not safe at the moment. When I said pre-carpeted bathrooms, I meant the era before they carpeted them. We're restoring it to before the 80s that everything in the house seems to be stuck in. Damn, a lot of y'all don't consider your spouse's family or your own family, and it shows. My wife is not more important or a higher priority than my family is not more important or a higher priority than my in-laws. My in-laws are my family too. When you marry someone, you blend families. The house going to my sister-in-law and her kids is most definitely keeping the house in the family because this is the family that we have created. Also, my in-laws made it possible to even achieve this. So if we were to go the who's the more deserving of our property route, then my in-laws would be more entitled to it than my family would. Wow. Right. Right. I mean, just period. And her wife. The period. And her wife. The OP and her wife bought it together. Scrimped and saved for 9 years together. Like, that's her. Man, people are crazy as fuck. But I mean, honestly, that's not even surprising to me that a great majority of people in those comments don't or can't understand that. When I mean, like, I heard some dude, his wife wrecked a car. She rear-ended somebody, and he said, also, this is another break if you want to re-up if you're done. I'm not sure. I might read that last story for you guys. I'm starting to feel a little tired because I literally got home at 7. No, I'm sorry. I got off at 7. I got home at 8. I ate at like 8:15, and then I started going live. So I'm like really tired. It's like 11:19. Anyway, but like this dude literally said that he wanted to know if his rates were going to increase because his wife rear-ended somebody. And then I was just like, I mean, I'm not really sure. I'm not in underwriting, but I mean, you're really going to drop your wife, like, in a joking tone? And he was like, yeah, because she's going to mess up my scores. And I was like, okay. Like, people get so upset about credit scores and shit, and all that shit's fucking fake. All that shit's fucking fake. All right. Where were we? I said nightmare child, so a baby or a house, another house story. It's a little sad though. It's a house story that's sad or a nightmare baby child. Right. My big sister is older than credit scores. Ooh, child. Things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child's gonna be brighter. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and call it. It's gonna be my final story. I am It's hard. I think this is a best of Reddit. So grab your vibes and your delights, and let's jump into the story called Update. Well, I mean, my 23 female sister is upset I babysit my friend's baby over her nightmare kid. How can I get my family to understand that her kid is a nightmare? Also, just a quick disclaimer because I'm trying to go live a little more often because TikTok acting fucking stupid. But anyway, I might have read this last time. If I have, just be kind. Okay. All right. So, as always, let's read these trigger warnings. But remember that you are in a safe environment. So, undiagnosed mental health issues, child abandonment, abuse, and ableism. Things are looking better. So, it does get better. Oh, I remember this story now. Okay, I'm a 23-year-old child-free woman. I don't know if this is needed for the story. Valid. And my sister is 30 with a 4-year-old son. She's a single mom. Ex-husband is not in the picture and has no contact with her or the kid. I'm going to get straight to the point. That kid is a nightmare to be around. It's not his fault. It's my sister's fault. He clearly has behavioral and mental health disorders even at his young age. However, my sister was and is very ableist and refuses to accept that her son has problems. The kid screams bloody murder whenever something doesn't slightly go his way, screams and cries when he's overwhelmed, has meltdowns to certain sounds and textures. Like I said, I don't blame the kid for these issues, but my sister refusing to get him treatment or help makes the kid a nightmare to be around. So as a result, I don't like to babysit the kid when my sister asks, more like demands. I do. Ew. No. This causes a lot of fights between us and our family. I have a friend, 23 male, who's married to a wonderful lady, age 22, and they have a baby boy together who just turned 1. Yes, they got married and had him young, but it's not my place to judge them. This past weekend, they asked me to babysit for them, and I agreed for a few reasons. Their kid is calm and well behaved, and a generally good kid, toddler baby, to be around. I love babysitting him. Also, they asked me nicely and understood that I might say no because I'm child free. They were polite about their request. It's all in how you ask for it. Because I might give you the shirt off my back if you ask me the right way. But we don't want to scare the masses. A thing about me is that if you ask me to do something polite, listen to me. If I could only just read forward. Anyway, even if it's something I wouldn't usually agree to, I'd probably do it because you were nice and polite. So for these reasons, I finally agreed to babysit the boy. My sister also asked me to babysit her son that day so she could have a day to herself, and I refused and told her I was already babysitting for my friends. I wouldn't have told her that. Because now she knows you're at home and babysitting. She said a few comments about how I was an ass, and not a good sister, but I think she dropped it after that. This past weekend when I was watching the baby, my sister started banging on my door. I looked through the window and saw that she had her kid in a care bag with her. And I knew she was trying to drop him off and make me babysit. She was banging on the door, yelling at me and calling me heartless and a baby hater while I was holding a baby, ironic, and that I better open up and do my sisterly duties. I put the baby in a different room to keep him from getting afraid, and then I told my sister through the window to leave. So now we know where the baby's, her kid's mental health issues come from. Normal people don't do this, okay? And I don't mean it like I am a normal person, okay? And I have all sorts of shit going on up here, right? But I'm just saying, a somewhat decent person, a normal, decent person with halfway decent morals, I would say, would not be doing this, okay? Anyway, I anyway, she started cursing for I told her to leave through the window or I'm going to call the cops. So she started cussing for a solid 5 minutes before she finally left. I had the whole thing on camera and I sent it to the family group chat, and surprisingly everybody's on her side. What? She keeps arguing with me about how I'd rather babysit a kid not even related to me over my nephew. I reminded her that her kid is a fucking nightmare to be around, but she keeps saying that for family, you help out. Okay, but it's a give and take, and you're not obligated just because you're my fucking blood. My sister has been cold since and keeps sending me text messages to provoke me into arguing with her. She's also started saying some pretty ableist and nasty things towards my friend's wife. My wife's friend, the friends with the nice baby. Okay. My friend's wife is on the spectrum and has BPD, bipolar, or multiple personality disorder, whatever that one's called. And my sister keeps saying that she should have been. Hold on. No, I'm not reading that. I feel guilty. Okay, sorry. I just wanted to read a little bit before because I almost said something very not nice. I will admit that I do feel a bit guilty because I never consider babysitting my nephew, but I jumped at the opportunity to babysit my friend's kid. My sister, dad, and also OP, why did you write that? Like, you don't have to repeat everything verbatim. Like, anyway, shame on you, but fine. You're good. You're good, but do better. Anyway, my sister, dad, mom, and brother are all calling me an asshole and saying that I'm just using the CF label to avoid child-free label to avoid family responsibility. I don't think y'all know what that means, but y'all keep using that word. I need advice on how to get my family to see my perspective on this. How can I explain to them that this issue isn't the idea of babysitting, but it's the behaviors of the kid? Relevant comments, because this is a best of Reddit updates. Just ignore your sister, block her. She isn't entitled to you as a babysitter. As for your family, black kettle them. So when are you babysitting her son, since family should care for family? Ooh. My brother, 33, which I should have mentioned, has a wife and kids, so he can't babysit. What? Why?
He's already babysitting his own kid.
You can't babysit your own children.
He's already babysitting his own kid.
Anyway, but like, no, for real, like, okay. My parents are in their early to mid 60s and claim to be too old to do so, probably because he's like a fucking tornado. I'm the youngest and was a whoops baby, so I'm the youngest and was a whoops baby my parents had in their 40s by chance. Okay. Because of my young age and the fact I'm not married and don't have kids, they keep saying I'm the perfect person to babysit because I have nothing to do, not even taking into consideration that I have a job and friends of my own. I was about to say, listen, when I say that I'm fucking busy doing what the fuck I want to. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that means I'm scrolling on the phone, that's because I want to. Because that's what I want to do with my time. Like, the fuck you mean? I said, ooh, the disrespect. Okay. Let's move on. Yeah. Let's just keep going. My sister makes enough money to live comfortably with her and her son. Hiring a sitter would put a bit of strain on that. They're in that financial bracket where they are comfortable, but they can't afford expensive things or afford to pay for extra things. I guess you could call it they are lower middle class. According to them, they are parents being too old. My mom retired early from a state job and has a part time easy job, and my dad is still working a different state job for a few more years. My sister's ex is not the dad. My sister has red brown hair. Her husband had black hair. The, the kid came out with very blonde hair. My family didn't see this as odd because I have, excuse me, because I have a very light white looking blonde colored hair, and one of my nieces also has blonde hair. So we just figured my sister carried the recessive gene. Husband wasn't suspicious of anything either until sister broke down in a panic at the blonde hair and confessed that while they had been on a short break after a fight, she slept around a little. Oh my gosh. So she forgot that her own sister had blonde hair and just blew up her own marriage. I mean, it's still kind of fucked up. Like, sister has no idea who the father is and has no way to get in contact with any of the people that she slept with. Yikes on bikes. So shit has hit the fan. Okay. So my post was about 3 days ago. She said a lot of derogatory terms about that I won't repeat here. Good. That wasn't the only escalation. You heard even my ice machine was a little flustered about that. Anyway, that wasn't the only escalation. She was at my door several times a day starting 2 days ago. The day after I made the original post, banging on my door, screaming, crying, cursing, the works. This isn't about babysitting anymore. What's that? What? First of all, not the asshole, but what the fuck? Okay. So she brought my nephew each time and he always looks so confused and defeated. Okay. That's not okay. That's bad. That's bad, bad, bad. So he was too tired to react or melt down like he normally does around loud noises. And it broke my heart to see that on my doorbell camera. Wow. A nightmare child too tired to function? That's crazy. I wasn't at my house. I was crashing with my friend and his wife. So I took the advice of a commenter who said to put some physical distance between me and my sister. And they said I was free to stay as long as I wanted, as long as I helped out with some house chores and childcare while I stayed, which I thought was more than fair. So I'm staying in their guest room. I'm still with them, even though my sister isn't much of a problem. Many will be glad to know that my sister won't have parental rights over my nephew soon. She dropped him off at a safe haven in the middle of the night. Totally a fun call to wake up to at 2 a.m, and my nephew is currently with my parents. Oh my gosh. Social services placed him. Oh my gosh. He watched his mom try to abandon him multiple times. How much you want to bet that she had been going back and forth between her husband, her ex-husband, and her sister? That little boy watched people not want him. My nephew's currently with my parents. Social services placed him with my parents, and he's set to have mandatory therapy. In my state, I don't know if it's different in others, if a child is abandoned in any way, safe haven or not, a physical and mental exam will be done. Thank goodness. I'm so happy somebody gives a shit about that little kid. Other than being a little bit underweight, my nephew was physically healthy. He wasn't being physically abused like people were worried, but it was obvious he needed some mental health. So he'll be starting therapy sessions soon as mandated by a caseworker. We are not looking for my sister. After she dropped her son off, she left. She had quit her job a few weeks back, sold her car, and even her house. a few weeks ago and had been renting a place. How did no one know she was doing this? What is this, 90-day fiance? Where was she gonna go? So she had been renting a place, so this was planned. In my personal opinion, she planned to abandon her son that day. I was babysitting my friend's baby. Oh my gosh, that's oh my gosh. Which, oh, I'm sorry guys. Oh, that's crazy. Oh my gosh. Okay. That's why she had such a nuclear reaction. Oh my gosh. She did leave a note saying she can't do it anymore. And she met someone and that she doesn't want to be a mom to my nephew anymore. In her note, she said she deserves a... Okay. She just wanted, I don't know. I don't know how to describe that. She just doesn't want to deal with it anymore. And I seriously hope that my sister doesn't have any more kids with this mystery person she's referencing, but it sounds like she's running off to start a new life and family. She still has 30 days to reclaim rights over my nephew, but it doesn't look like she'll do that. Time will tell. Like I said, I'm with my friends because I was worried my sister would do something, and my parents and brother have also been blowing up my phone, coming to my house, switching between apologies and blaming for this. They think that maybe if I babysat that day that she wouldn't have done this, but she sold her house. What? But I think she wanted me to babysit so she could do this. I'm not mad at them for blaming me. I understand that my sister is still their family and they're rightfully in shock and want someone to blame. They're human. And I know humans can be cruel sometimes still while going through shock and grief. No, because literally anybody could have stepped in to help and no one did. If I'm being truthful, neither did the OP. Like, I understand you don't have to set yourself on fire for others. But I mean, like, you didn't even help the kid. You said you felt bad, but you didn't even help. You didn't call CPS. You didn't do anything. You said all those weird derogatory shits. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, that kind of pissed me off, OP. So yeah, that's life right now. I'm currently sitting on the couch with my friend's baby while my friend is at work and his wife does a quick grocery run. She was going to take the baby, but I insisted on watching him so she didn't have to hassle with the car seat in the very stormy weather we have in our area right now. This update's all over the place. I feel like I'm rambling. There's still a lot of unknown stuff regarding my sister and nephew, but for now, this is the update. I don't know if I'll post more regarding this situation. My friend's wife is telling me I should relax and just not think anymore about this until I'm more level-headed, but I just don't think that's possible. Your sister clearly has her own severe mental health issues that she's refusing to acknowledge. As fucked up as it might have been, this is best for your nephew. Also, I didn't know you could just drop off a child at any place like that. I thought any child over 2 couldn't be released like that. I don't know my state laws, so I don't know. But because I'm not directly involved on the case, I'm not getting updates. When I say we're not looking for her, I mean me and my family aren't. The police could be looking for her, but I'm out of the loop on this whole case. I kind of feel like that just reinforces what I just said. But anyway, so we have a new title. Would I be the asshole for forgiving but not forgetting my family for blaming me for what my sister did? My sister abandoned her 5-year-old son a little less than 2 weeks ago and fled. The police are looking for her, but she hasn't been found yet. My nephew is with my parents and is in therapy. When that first happened, my parents were quick to blame me because I had refused to babysit the kid in the past, and the weekend before, my sister ultimately abandoned him. They think that had I babysat him that day, that she wouldn't have fled. I've been staying with my friends since I've got here, and all my life, it's so chill here. They're young parents with a baby, and yet it's chill here. Everyone is happy. They talk things out when there are issues. They work together. I've met both parents of my friends, and they're really nice and polite. Obviously, I don't know what happens behind closed doors, but I've seen some bickering, but they always find a way to resolve it. I feel like that's what people feel like whenever they come to our house. Like, I tell people that I have children, so they're like bracing for like screaming, like, banshees, you know what I'm saying? But when in fact we just like the kids say hello and, I don't know, tell two truths and a lie, I don't know. And then like, and then like, and then we like come in here and then we usually go hang out outside on the patio and, smoke out, you know what I'm saying? So like, and then it's always like we have good conversation. It's always like a good vibe. We got snacks. We get snacks. We like re-up, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it's like at our house. Like, people like hanging out over here. But I don't open my doors like I used to because some people kind of destroyed my trust. Anyway, growing up, my parents always argued a lot. My siblings were always loud and cruel to each other, and there always had to be someone to blame. If you were the person who was blamed, you were insulted and shunned for a while. Then they would apologize. You were always expected to forgive and forget. My parents are trying to apologize to me about their blowout at me regarding my sister, and I can understand their initial feelings. I am willing to forgive them, but I know my family will also expect me to forget, but I can't. I don't think I can forget this whole situation, right? That's insanity. Like, so I'm wondering if I would be the asshole if I chose to forgive them but refuse to forget it. No, OP. Mm-mm. Thank you for the update, but I think you already knew the answer to that question. And I think the bigger question is, like, how much longer are you going to deal with this before you cut them the fuck out? How much longer? All right. What y'all saying in here? All right. I'm pretty sure. Oh. Nah, yeah. I think that's it. Yeah, I'm like I said, I'm like kind of tired. I don't want to overexert myself. I got, tower defenders to play, Spyro, a little bit of Spyro. Slappo bought me a new controller. It's like all rainbowy. It's the pan colors. All right, guys. Yeah, I'm done. Nope. No, I'm kidding. Oh, and you can change these colors too. Like this is all colors. It's pretty sick. Sick. Oh, and you know what's even cuter? Like my husband took my daughter to go, run errands, and he let her pick out the controller. So my daughter actually picked this out for me. So it's my little mini Frenny. Yes, my daughter is named after me. Both my kids are named after my dad. Yeah. Yeah. I also got to say, like, what were your childhoods like? Like, real quick before we go, what were your childhoods like? Like, in the sense
Real
of...
quick, tell me everything about
No.
yourself.
No, because like, did y'all ever go to like a friend's, like, did y'all ever have this moment? You know what I'm saying? I know I'm so dumb. Okay. Like, I know I said that really stupid. Okay. Did y'all have this moment in your lives, where you went over to your friend's house and you realized that your family is like psychotic or some shit? Like, I always remembered, like, I never wanted to sleep over. Like, I got invited to sleepovers, but I was too afraid to ask my parents if I could go. But I wouldn't want to go anyway because the friends that I did have that I could walk to their houses, right? I would have dinner. And then they would, like, that friend I was showing you her wedding, Listen, the way that she would talk to her family. Oh my mom, oh my God, mom, you're being such a fucking bitch. Like, that's how she would talk to her mom. And then her mom would be like, no, I'm not. I'm not trying to be. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, oh my gosh. And like I knew that they had cool shit at that house, but holy fuck, I did not want to be there. I did not want to be there. Of course, like the pinned videos, in the top of my profile, it tells you how to send me stories. And if you just join the Discord, send them in suggestions. And then we'll have them next time. And I do have 2 stories that Slappo was kind enough to like edit together, but I'm just been really dog tired. And this is my in-office week, and I always ask you guys not to expect much of me this week. So like, thank you. And also, yesterday was just a really, really bad day. If you're in my Discord server, I just want to say personally, thank you so very much for just holding space for me, because I was a miserable wreck yesterday and most of today because I thought I was going to get in trouble for it, but I didn't. In fact, everybody gave me like hugs and shit, and they were just glad that everything was okay. I love my job. We'll see what they say in like a week. But anyway, ooh, bougie side, yeah. That's hilarious. Oh man, I can't tell. Do you think my mom's side is more bougie than my dad's side? Well, you only know the post house. Oh yeah, mommy's side definitely more bougie. And I'm the bougie side of our relationship. All right, guys. All right, I'll stop bullshitting. But I just want to tell y'all, I loved hanging out today. And I am very tired though. So I love you guys so, so much. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. I love you guys. Y'all have a good night. Take a deep breath. Oh. I'll sing Craig of the Creek. When it's time to go to bed, I know you don't have to be alone, 'cause I'll see you tomorrow at the creek. Night, night, guys.